This video was made by Taoping Airlines Math Industry. Enjoy your video. Have a wonderful learning experience.
Last question.
Oh, this is for the win.
What shape is your best friend?
Oh, I got this one. Can you repeat the question?
What shape is your best friend SpongeBob SquarePants?
Flat, hexagon.
SquarePants.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
5 seconds.
I just dropped some Pythagorean amorphous
Time's up.
triangle.
Hi, Taoping Airlines Math Industry, and Patrick was actually correct with SpongeBob's question. He said triangle, and yeah, that's what we're doing. Pythagorean Theorem. It includes right triangles. So, Pythagorean Theorem was discovered in 570 BC in ancient Greece by a Greek mathematician. The idea is that Pythagorean Theorem will help us understand what these lines are for and what they are. So, the formula for Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. So what is the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is the longest, the hypotenuse is the longest line, looking like a ramp going from top to bottom. It is diagonally going straight up, and it looks like a ramp. So yeah, this is the hypotenuse. And it's squared. We get the legs from here and here. This is going to be legs over here, and the leg over here. That means A is going to go here, and B is going to go here. C will represent the hypotenuse, so it's going to go here. So, the question is, what is the hypotenuse? So we use the leg and the other leg, add them together to get the hypotenuse. We have to find what C is right here. So here's an example of a hypotenuse in Super Mario. That ramp at the bottom right there is going to be the hypotenuse, and it is going straight down. It's not touching. The hypotenuse is not touching the right angle. The two legs are going to touch the right angle. One of the ways to identify what a hypotenuse is to know, is it touching the right angle? If it is, then it's legs. If it's not, it is the hypotenuse. Here we go. So let's solve a problem. So we have a Pythagorean Theorem problem right here. If 6 is the leg, which is the length of this, and 8 is the length, which is the length of this, the formula is going to be leg squared plus leg squared equals the hypotenuse, which is going to be right here, but it's also squared. What is the hypotenuse? That is one formula. We can do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, which is a hypotenuse. The bottom one is the original formula. The top one is the formula that sometimes math teachers recommend to visualize things. So, if a squared, that is 6. So 6 squared plus 8. 8 squared. And that is going to equal the hypotenuse squared. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 8 times 8 is 64. 36 plus 64 will equal 100. But wait, we're not done yet. We have to find the square root of 100 to get how long this hypotenuse is. For 100, what times itself equals 100? Well, 10 times 10 does equal 100. So 10 should be the answer. But what if you see if it's negative 10 times negative 10? Well, that's actually incorrect, because if you try putting negative 10 on a math quiz or a test, it would be incorrect because geometry would not apply to negatives. What happens if you see like negative 6 as a length? That would make things a lot weird, and it would be weird. So geometry does not apply to negatives. The only answers we're looking for are positive numbers. And in this case scenario, the answer right here is going to be 10 for the hypotenuse. Let's look at another problem and see how they compare. So here's another problem. But the thing is, the leg on this side is not actually given to you. You are given the hypotenuse, which is 10, but with 8, there's only one given leg. So what is this leg? It's just x squared. You might be thinking this.
Gravity thing. Move technology is far too complicated for simple humans, girl, to figure out.
Excuse me? This humans girl got an A in geometry.
She figured it out! Run for my life!
You don't have to worry about running away. We can easily figure this out. So, if we know that the hypotenuse is going to be 10 squared, then we're going to reverse the problem. So, what plus 8 squared is equal to 10 squared? If we put this into like their numbers, like 10 times 10 is 100, and 8 times 8 is going to be 64, we're going to actually reverse the problem, because we know what the hypotenuse is, but the question is, what is the leg? We wrote the formula. So 100 minus 64, because you want to reverse it, and you want to see what the leg is. So 100 minus 64, that is going to be 36. And what is the square root of 36? 6. So 6 would be this leg right here. We wanted to have the same numbers inserted into both problems to make it easier to understand. The first problem, we did it normally, but the second problem, we had to reverse things. So, which formula for Pythagorean Theorem would you prefer? Type in the comments below to let me know. Thank you for watching Taoping Airlines Math Industry. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching this broadcast. Taoping Airlines, mission out.